Hi, I'm Nina Bailey and I'm the European Design Lead at Formica Group. I'm going to share with you an overview of our Formica Patterns Collection and all the different design stories behind each of the products. So for the patterns range, we've actually split that up into 9 different categories where we explore all types of different pattern surfaces and finishes. We've split the patterns collection up into 9 different categories to help identify different areas of the patterns collection, as there's such a diverse of different things that we're now adding to this range. The first category I'm going to talk about is our new Raw series. Within our new Raw series, we have 5 exciting fresh designs, all being created and made from post-consumer and sustainable waste. So the next product is our reclaimed denim fibre, and this product is actually using upcycled waste from the fashion industry, where we are sourcing denim fibres and binding them with a paper pulp to create this beautiful deep indigo denim product. We are then pressing that with our Plex texture, which gives it a real haptic textile touch and feel. So the next products are our recycled craft. So we have 2 different colorways. We have our black and our natural colorway. And these products have really drawn inspiration from that desire to have something that's very earthed and organic looking in the decor paper design. So again, we've used sustainable products here and byproducts. So we've worked with coffee chaff from the coffee bean roasting industry to gain those particulates and color through the design. And again, that's been bound with a recycled paper pulp to bring all those ingredients together. We have our new tinted paper terrazzo and tonal paper terrazzo, which are both encompassing an array of beautiful tonal grey colours. And this product is actually created using waste material from our solid paper production. So those papers are ground up again into a beautiful pulp and pressed together to create this very natural man-made paper where no sheet will actually be identical and alike. This product is then combined with our new paper texture. So this has that very matte, very tactile design approach to it, where it almost feels like you can actually feel the bumps and design features within the terrazzo paper. We have 3 new stones going into our collection, all with very different looks and styles. The first one being our Neri Marquina, which is a really bold, very striking stone with a black base and then a white striking linear veining running through the design. This stone is traditionally quarried within Spain, and it's well renowned across the globe for being a very elegant and beautiful black marble stone. The Calacutta Carver has come from the well-known and loved Calacutta Chaldea marble, which is known for being one of the most luxury stones within the world. And we've taken that stone and taken elements of the really sort of calm and much more muted parts of the stone. So whereas before we often see those starker lines and veins, within this marble, we've decided to really reduce the contrast, make it very calming and usable, again, for softer spaces and to create a bit more warmth as well within the design. The Pietra Graffite is an extension of our really well-known and loved graffiti palette, where we've traditionally had darker greys and more charcoal coloured stones. With the Pietra, we've developed a really calm and subtle, cooler grey tone of the stone, where the white veining starts to become a more sort of integrated part of the design. And this allows just for sort of softer, cozier looking spaces. So now with the addition of those 3 new stones, we have a palette of 11 stones in the collection, arraying from pale to dark, warm to cool, a variety of tones, all very usable for a multitude of applications. The engineered category is all about man-made materials and how we can look to new surfaces within that more artisan approach. So the first products we have are our chip series, and this is a really exciting development story where we have actually collaborated with an external designer maker to create the products. So historically at Formica, we have been known to do collaborations, and as part of this new range, we wanted to continue with that journey and find a new designer to collaborate with. So these products are originally created by Olivia Aspinall, who has been really well known within the market for creating this Jesmonite terrazzo product. And she actually was commissioned by us to create a big large slab of this beautiful Jesmonite material, and we specified it with various colours from our new colours collection as well. So the colours that are in the product actually correlate with the solid colours in our range too. And that applies for all of the 4 colours across the chip series. So every single colour that's in those products will have a matching solid colour as well. We've launched the 3 new Neos in 3 different colorways. So we have the Cyclone, which is a much warmer sort of grey tone. We have the Tornado being that darker, cool grey, and then the Cloud, which is the white. And all 3 of these colors actually tie in with our solid color range as well. So it really opens up the opportunity to integrate the design. And there is a subtle clouded effect that is the same color throughout the designs, so they all have this sort of grey dappled effect that is similar to the sort of designs that you might see in engineered surfaces. The new Flint designs really encompass a more calm and soft approach to interiors, whereas in the past we've seen concrete and plaster really take on that more industrial, harsh approach. That's still very much a usable look, but towards the trends we're seeing this much more pared back look and approach. So the Flint designs have this very mottled, simple sort of clouded effect that really works well with a combination of different materials. It can almost be a base to a design, and rather than just being used in small applications, it can actually lend itself openly to a much larger space. At Formica Group, we are the only laminate manufacturer to have our own plate plant facility, which is a fantastic resource as it allows myself and my fellow designers in the group to develop textures completely from scratch, which opens up opportunities to create beautiful designs that are completely exclusive to us. So a new texture for us is our Arcosa texture, and you'll see through the series of new patterns that we've actually combined it with a variety of different types of looks, because it's a really adaptable and very much a hybrid type of texture. It has subtle pitting, a very ultra matte overall touch and feel, and just with that slight graininess, it just lends itself to so many different types of materials. So to create the Monolith texture, we have selected 2 different types of marble stones, where we've selected the best areas of both of those stones to combine to create this beautiful large-scale piece. And in fact, across the full sheet of the Monolith texture, there is absolutely no repeat. So top to bottom, left to right, there is no repeat at all. So it's a completely unique design all the way across. And as part of the development process, we always press our new textures with a solid colour so that we can get a real understanding of the different gloss qualities, and it just really helps to see the visual of the texture. And in doing that, we realised how beautiful the texture was actually making just a solid colour. It was almost like the texture has become the design, and it's reversing the way that we usually work, whereas we would usually select a decor and then select the best texture that goes with it. But in this case, the texture has become that pattern. So in doing that, we decided that actually we'd press on a multitude of 6 different colours, and this has really embodied a variety of different types of looks. So for example, pressed on a white, it starts to look like a clean marble. Pressed on our graphite, it looks like a slate. Even on our green slate, it looks like more of a leather. And then we have a couple of greigey tones as well, where it starts to embody more of a plaster or a concrete. So a variety of looks and feels are just created with this one magnificent texture. The frosted range is already a well-established part of our patterns collection, and we wanted to build upon that with a grounding white tone, as the range already consisted of golds and bronze and a blue. So we've really drawn inspiration from natural sea pearls to get this beautiful creamy pearlescent look. We have 7 new products going into what we're now calling our metal effects part of the range, where we're really utilising what can be achieved with metal looks and metallic inks. So we have our steel products. We have a rolled steel and a blackened steel. And these products have really drawn inspiration from that large scale rolled steel look. And what's really interesting about these products is that because they have that very linear, sort of slightly washed type look, they almost resemble a bit of a sort of wood grain vibe as well. So they become quite a sort of hybrid product when you see them within a space, because you can't really decipher whether it's something linking more to a metal or something like a wood. So that makes them really usable and very adaptable as well. With the rolled steel, we have this more bluish indigo colour coming through in the product, and in the blackened, obviously looking more towards charcoals and greys for that more monochromatic sort of palette. We have 2 new products which we're calling our burnished. So we have burnished coin and burnished iron, and they are really getting inspiration from over-fired ceramic glazes, so where you get those beautiful details of crackles and different marks and colours coming through when you see the different layers of the over-firing, but also from more patinaed metals as well, where we start to see those oxidization effects and tints of blue coming through in the decors. So both of them have those different influences to them. So we've paired these products again with our new Arcosa texture, which has that beautiful matte, slightly pitted and grainy look as well. So combined with the burnished products, we have this really beautiful rustic aesthetic. We're building on our brushed metals palette and adding in 3 new warmer tones. So previously we've had slightly cooler tones that resemble things like aluminium with our xenon and our radon and our krypton products. So we've wanted to add that more on-trend warmth to the palette and incorporate other metal colours. So we have our new oxide brush, which is actually more of a sort of goldy kind of tone. We have our comet brush, which links more to sort of copperized colours. And we have our satin brush, which is more of this sort of bronze, darker tone as well. The textiles category of our range is something we really wanted to expand, as we're really seeing more of a movement towards cozy environments, this mix of resimercial design where the residential trends obviously move into the more commercial spaces. And in doing that, we feel that textiles is a really perfect opportunity to add that warmth and that comfort to these spaces. We've seen felt material hit the interiors market initially with products like acoustic panels, and then moving on to soft furnishings and seating for that sort of cozy, calm look within a space. And we've wanted to add to that sort of felt story within interiors. So we've developed our natural grey felt, which really has that dappled grey sort of overall look. And we've combined it with our paper finish, which really gives it a sort of haptic, almost fluffy feel look as well. So a perfect combination of texture and decor. And obviously this product can be applied to a multitude of different surfaces, horizontal and vertical, whereas the natural material of a felt obviously couldn't be applied to a horizontal surface. As if a drink was spilt on it, it might be absorbed, whereas with our laminate, it's really obviously able to be wiped up and it's very durable material. We've developed a variety of woven structures, so really looking at the warp and the weft of a material. And the first product I'm going to mention is our flint plaid. And here we're looking at warm and cool tones of grey, sort of combining in that multi-directional woven structure look. And that's actually combined with our Plex texture, which really adds to that weave structure. And then to combine with that, we've actually got three much more simplistic wovens. So we have our clay textile, our greyish textile, and our charcoal textile. And these are just really sort of subtle linen style, quite an open sort of weave structure. And they really complement the colours that we see in the plaid design as well. So they can be used in combination with each other or simply used as a sort of more simplistic look as well on their own. Woolen cloth and cotton cloth both have that look of a woven herringbone type design. So it's really quite sort of ditzy, small scale product, and from afar these can start to look almost like a plane, and it's not until you get up close that you really see that intricate detail of the woven structure. So really beautiful yet very subtle. The woolen is more of this sort of traditional sort of blanket type beige kind of tone, and then the cotton is that sort of more pure white coloration. The Abstract series is inspired by the natural world and to create the aesthetic of natural materials, but we've actually created and used external designers to create artworks to develop these beautiful different forms with a variety of mediums. So the first product we're going to look at is our painted marbles. So we have a white painted marble and a black painted marble. And these products have actually been created by an artist with water and ink on a really large scale to create this very fluid type movement. You can even see within the decor, there's sort of like these bubbles and different movement within where the ink and the water have played with each other to create these beautiful different forms. And from afar and even up close, some people may originally think this is an actual marble stone. And it's not until you look at the detail and you realize that actually it's an artwork in its own right. So really beautiful design, and it's sort of taking on a different idea of what a marble might be, whether that is a stone or a marbling artwork. So a different sort of play on ideas. We have our layered sand designs, and these are really inspired by that natural rammed earth look that we've seen be very popular within architecture. And we've actually tried to recreate this type of surface using a wooden box and natural sand materials, where we've filtered them into the box and created these different linear layers. And what's really interesting about this product is that even though it was inspired by this rammed earth look, we've actually started to see through the layered sand coloration that it really links quite closely to something like a cut travertine, which has obviously been a very popular and on-trend stone. So it's got that similar aesthetic, but through a completely man-made artwork and structure. So really beautiful design, got that very sort of soft linear look, and in the black as well with a much more sort of tonal quality, making them quite subtle. And then they are both actually combined again with our Arcosa texture, just to add to that sort of natural grain of the sandy look. The paper fold is the fifth product of our Abstract series. And this design has been created by crumpling a piece of paper into a type form and then unraveling it to reveal the natural and organic creases throughout the paper, revealing this sort of light and dark shadows, almost like a sort of mountainous range from when you see something from an aeroplane from above. That's the impression it gives me. And it has that feeling and aesthetic of like a stone, but when you get up close to the print and look at the finer detail, you start to realize actually how that design is made. And it's a bit of a nod really to how laminate is actually produced and what it's made of, because obviously we have the layers of craft paper and then the layer of decor paper, and then even with this product we're using our paper finish as well. So it's an all-encompassing nod to our Formica Group heritage and the makeup of laminate. We are adding one new product into our Geo-Optics series, and that is our new Virvar Blue. And in fact, it is a new product for us, but it was also a product that we had in the range in the 50s. And this code and colour of the Virvar is the same one that we did originally have when this product was first launched. So we have our Virvar White and our Virvar Black that's retained in the range throughout that time and always been really loved and very popular. And we wanted to just celebrate that design further and bring back the blue, add a bit of colour into that part of the range and celebrate our heritage. That brings us to the end of our Formica Patterns Collection overview and inspiration. Hope you've enjoyed listening to the different stories behind each of the designs, and we can't wait to see what projects you put our products into.